right, you gotta bear with me here a little bit because it is 6 a.m. and I got my daughter sleeping and I got my wife sleeping. Now my daughter I'm not too concerned about because she's gotta get up in 10 minutes for school anyway. My wife has the day off, so I would really appreciate it if we could have a good quality day, which means that if I wake her up at 6 in the morning, that's not gonna be a possibility. So let's not do that. So I'm gonna be a little quieter, sorry. Might have to crank up the volume a little bit, but it'll be okay. The message is gonna be worth it, I promise. So this isn't necessarily a sales video, but you could use it as one. If you wanted to plug it into the grow method, it would go in the O section when you guys are going through all your options and everything. And it happens every time nutrition gets brought up, whether it's brought up by you, whether it's brought up by your clients, doesn't matter. Nutrition's gonna get brought up. Now, me personally, as I mentioned in the initial video, and if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Stop this one right now and go watch that one. You hear me say, I don't go really into the weeds with nutrition right off the bat. I like my clients to focus on one life-changing method at a time. Would I love it if they did everything at once? Absolutely, it'd be phenomenal. But at the same time, it's really not realistic. It's unfair expectation for me to have of my clients. So I tell them, hey, let's concentrate on one really big thing for a couple weeks. And then if you want to ramp things up after about 3-4 weeks, we'll dive into nutrition. But in the grow model, in that O section, when nutrition really gets brought up, the number one kind of follow-up question by you is, where do you think you could grow in your nutrition? What's your nutrition look like right now? What do you think you could do better on? Things like that. I don't know about you, but in my 18 years of accumulated experience working with clients, training, all that stuff, the number one area that people seem to really struggle with, all right, let's just lay our cards on the line. They suck, okay? The number one area that people suck with nutrition is gonna be breakfast. They do not eat breakfast. I'm not sure when our society stopped eating breakfast, but they just don't. Now, whether they consider it some kind of bastardized version of intermittent fasting, it's not, by the way, don't let them trick you, or whether they just, oh, I'm in too much of a hurry, I gotta get to work, whatever. Usually, it's amazing how this happens, but usually everyone has at least some time for coffee in the morning. So, here's a little, as the kids say, hack for that. It's fall time. Everybody likes a little pumpkin spice latte. Yes, I am secure enough in my manhood to say I enjoy a little pumpkin spice in my life. So, but I don't want to go out. I'm not spending $8 on a latte here. Plus, if I'm drinking coffee, I'm drinking it for the nutritional aspects. I'm drinking it for the antioxidants. I'm drinking it for the semi-boost of caffeine that it brings into my system to pump my metabolism up. And to add into that, I'm gonna throw some protein in there. So here we go. I'm gonna teach you, and you can then teach your clients how to make their own healthy, kick-ass, awesome tasting pumpkin spice latte at their own house that will make their mornings insanely better, healthier, cheaper in the long run, and just all around make them feeling better. So one, you got your coffee. I am a old school coffee drip kind of guy. I don't mess around with that Keurig stuff. It's not necessarily too complicated for me, but it's a little slow. I like making a full pot at a time, all right? Now, second thing you got, I'm gonna grab this so you can take a closer look at it, is my preferred protein powder, First Form Pumpkin Spice. Now, I am, let's just call it obsessive when it comes to the supplements that I am putting in my body, all right? I have gone through everything, and I'm talking everything. I've gone to the Walmarts, I've gone to the Meijers, I've gone to the Sam's Club, which is basically Walmart. I've gone to the Costco's. I've tried all the cheap stuff, and it's just not worth it. Do yourself a favor, get a high quality meal replacement protein. First Form does a really, really good one They got a good mix of the whey protein isotopes with the concentrates. You got the fast acting proteins, you got the slow acting proteins, so it keeps you fuller for longer. It's not gonna raise your insulin level. It is just high quality. First form, there it is. If you don't know where to find it, it's only online, it's not in stores right now, but why should it be? Good quality stuff like this, you don't want to be mass spreading this stuff all over to where they're gonna dumb it down and cheap it down. I will post a link in the comments down there if you need one, so it'll take you right to this, but trust me, it's amazing. And there's no fillers. When you're dealing with that Walmart and Meijer and GNC stuff, there's so much fillers that when you try and mix it up, it gets all clumpy and it tastes kind of chalky and everything. All that stuff is nothing but fillers. If you get good quality protein that uses real quality ingredients, you don't get any of that. It mixes super easy, and there's no clumps, and there's no chalky taste. It's literally nothing but the taste that they say. So you add this to your coffee, you get a nice pumpkin spice tinge to your coffee, but we're not done yet. Hold on, just a second. I like to throw a little cashew milk in there, not soy milk. Do not let this Silk brand fool you. It is not soy milk, it's cashew milk. It's very creamy. It's got a little healthy fat in there to kind of, again, slow down the digestion process so it stays with me for a little bit longer. It's fantastic. Again, cashew milk, not soy milk. Screw soy, it's terrible for you. You're gonna want a nice high quality blender bottle. This is that Nalgene type bottle that came out when us millennials were born. Yes, I'm a millennial, I know. I don't like to identify as one, but I am. I was born in '85. But seriously, these things are almost unbreakable. You cannot use a cheap, run-of-the-mill, again, Walmart brand shaker, thin plastic shaker. It'll crack with coffee in it because it's so hot. But if you get a nice thick Nalgene protein or a blender bottle, throw the protein in there, let it cool down, pour the milk in, let it cool down for about 30 to 45 seconds or so. You don't want it so hot or else it'll clump up the protein powder. Throw the powder in there, give it a good shake. Let it sit for about 45 seconds to a minute. Pour it in a thermos. You're good to go. You got an amazing breakfast in your boots, and it is of the liquid variety that anybody can make. Tell your clients, try it yourself. It's awesome. Again, I'm gonna throw that link in the bottom here so it's super easy for you guys to find. Do yourselves a favor, scroll through the flavors they got. Yes, it's fall time. I love the pumpkin spice, but anything they got. Oatmeal chocolate chip, another one of my favorites. Ooh, the cinnamon one. Oh, that's a good one. Give it a shot, guys. Hey, just trying to help you out. Always gonna be here for you. Any more tips? Let me know.